Williston Basin, Western Canada, 1984. Oil production in the Canadian province of Saskatchewan was dwindling. There was plenty of oil in the ground, but most of the easy oil had been produced.
We're getting close to that economic limit where we'd have to kind of shut in and walk away. And lo and behold, in 1984, they started the pilot with the tertiary recovery or enhanced oil recovery.
We put together a small pilot to determine whether or not CO2 flooding would work in the Midale Reservoir.
CO2 injection or enhanced recovery or using CO2 wasn't anything new. They'd been doing that in West Texas since the 1970s. The biggest difference between what they were doing in Texas and what's going on here is their CO2 was a natural source. Drilled a well, found some CO2, and that CO2 just came up from the ground and went right back down into another formation.
What we did is we trucked CO2 from a plant in Medicine Hat, Alberta, which is about a 5.5-hour drive from here. The cost of that CO2 was quite significant because it's the CO2 that your local bottler of soda would use to make his products.
The CO2 EOR test was successful. The problem was finding a long-term supply of CO2 at a reasonable cost. The solution was just across the border. Beulah, North Dakota, the year 2000. Dakota Gasification's Great Plains Synfuels plant in North Dakota was turning lignite coal into natural gas. And the coal-to-gas process was producing millions of tons of nearly pure CO2.
We started capturing CO2 in the year 2000 and started piping that via pipeline up to Weyburn, Saskatchewan for one of our customers for enhanced oil recovery.
When the Weyburn unit decided to proceed with going to an EOR flood with CO2, they contracted with Dakota Gas to construct a 200-mile pipeline from Beulah to Weyburn. So this CO2 is delivered under pressure by pipeline to Weyburn, and then we have a line coming over here to Midale.